Posters on the wall, summer and all. Everybody say something big is coming. Tape on our fingers, paint on our clothes, running through the campus where the warm wind blows. Handmade signs and a half-broke mic, whole week buzzing like a live one night. Somebody yelling from the gym, move fast. Somebody laughing like they want this to last. Dust in the sunlight, drums in the back. Every little moment got a spark like that. We stayed up late with the practice lights on, feet still moving when the last train gone. Cheap drinks on the floor by the speaker stand. Dreams getting bigger than the original plan. One friend fixing chords, one paint in the booth, one writing names with a permanent truth, and me in the middle with my heart too loud, trying to act calm while I stare at the crowd. Before the lights come on, before the first song hits, before the noise gets wild and the whole night flips, there's a breath we take, like the world stands still. That second right before the fire, that second gives me chills. Before the lights come on, we were young, we were running on air, hands full of hope, hearts out there. No crown, no fame, still shining strong. This is who we are before the lights come on. Yeah, before the lights come on, all our doubts turn gold in the dark. One loud night can rewrite your heart. If this feeling fades, I'll still hold on to who we were before the lights come on. Yeah, now the gates swing wide and the wristbands flash. Sneakers hit pavement, everybody dash. Food stand smoke in the neon signs. Voices in the air like 1,000 lifelines. Backstage, heartbeat under blue-white beams. Same scared kids with impossible dreams. Somebody whispers, bro, this is it. Then the whole place shakes when the first kick hits. Lights on my face and the crowd goes wild. For a few small minutes we were more than alive. Every word we threw came flying back from 100 young throats in the perfect crack. Saw one girl in the summer light, laughing with her friends near the Ferris ride. Maybe tonight I say what I never say. Maybe brave looks different on a festival day. Then fireworks climbed over, lit the field at 10. Whole sky bursting open again and again. We stood there still, like the time got slow. City far away, just the afterglow. Booze came down and the ground got bare. Paper cups dancing in the midnight air. But even when the music was finally gone, something in our chest kept singing on. Maybe that's youth, not forever, not long. Just bright enough to leave a mark, deep enough to become a song. Maybe that's why these nights cut through. They end so fast, but they stay in you. Before the lights come on, we were young, we were running on it. Hands full of hope, hearts out there. No crown, no fame, still shining strong. This is who we are before the lights come on. Yeah, before the lights come on, all our doubts turn gold in the dark. One loud night can rewrite your heart. If this feeling fades, I'll still hold on to who we were before the lights come on. Posters come down, lights burn out, but the night stays in us.
Sunset on the pavement, light on our shoes. She's so loud, hearts, but to no lows.
Sunset on the pavement, light on our shoes. Cheap soda, loud hearts, nothing to lose. Wristband on my arm, whole sky turning gold. Felt like this night knew every dream we never told. Yeah, we came from the side streets, dust on our jeans. Small town kids with impossible dreams. Bus stop talks and the half-dead phones. Still we walk like the world was ours alone. Posters on the walls, music in the air. Warm wind moving through your summer hair. You looked at me once, I forgot my fears. Like all my quiet nights lay right here. No VIP, no perfect plan, just a few good friends and a wide-eyed chance. Laughing like we knew this would never stay, so we held that light before it slipped away. Food stand smoke and the Ferris wheel glow. That kind of night you already know. Gonna live in your chest when the years go fast, like a little gold memory built to last. And the bass was far, but we felt it near, like a second heartbeat, ringing clear. Nothing had started, but everything changed in the walk where the summer learned our name. We were young in the light, golden eyes. burning inside. No need for a headline, no need for a show. This was for the souls only we wouldn't know. For the late night talks and the days we hid. For the broken little hopes we carried as kids. Now the city looks soft, not hard anymore. Every shadow turned warm when we stepped to the floor. Even the silence had a beautiful sound, like something lost was finally found. I had pain in my hoodie, doubt in my breath, old scars I was dragging behind every step. But tonight they felt lighter, smaller somehow, like the dark couldn't follow us here and now. You said don't think, just stay in this scene, and I swear that line hit deeper than it seemed. So I put my fear down under that sky and let this young life hit me right between the eyes. If tomorrow comes cold, if the summer moves on, I'll still keep this glow when the music is gone. Some nights don't fade, they stay in your blood. A soft kind of fire, a beautiful rush. We were young in the lights, gold in our eyes, running through the dust like the stars were alive. No, we didn't have much, but the moment felt big, like the whole world opened with the way we live. We were young in the lights, hearts out of time, street dust blowing like a dream in our stride. Before the stage, before the fire, we were already burning inside. Tree lamp halos, your smile, that sky. First night of forever, in the heat of July. No crown, no fame, no reason to hide. Just you, just love, just light inside.
Blue lights on our faces, night falling slow. City turns silver everywhere we go.
Felt like the moment finally knew our names, and nothing in my old life looked the same. Yeah, we stepped through the gate like the world got wide. Neon in the dark and my friends by my side. Dust on my shoes but my heart looked clean, like I walked out of the past into a movie scene. Wristband shining under carnival sparks, laughing so loud we were brighter than the dark. No map, no plan, just the pull of the sound, like the whole night rose when we came around. I saw your face in the spinning light, go for a second then blue then white, and I swear that look hit deeper than the bass, like the whole crowd faded when I found your gaze. All those long days, feeling stuck, feeling small, felt a million miles from this beautiful call. Now the sky looked close and the fear looked far, like this young heart finally knew what we are. And the beat came in like a door swung wide, every old shadow had to step aside. We weren't chasing anything anymore, the night was ours the second we touched that floor. When the lights found us, we came alive, lost no more. In the middle of the night, we were more than our doubts, more than our scars. Young enough to turn this dark into stars. When the lights found us, everything changed. Street-born dreams in a neon frame. No, we didn't need the world's approval. This night already made us beautiful. No rich kids, no famous names, just real hearts carrying invisible flames. Every little wound that we never showed turned into rhythm when the midnight glowed. I had weight in the back of my chest, silent kind of hurt that never got rest. But the drums hit hard and the air felt new, like even pain had a light breaking through. Your voice cut through all the noise and smoke, soft but sharp like a promise spoke. You said stay here, don't let this fade, and I felt that line like a choice got made. So I let go slow of the things I hide, almost all the nights I lied to myself, saying I was too late. But this whole sky said the opposite. If the morning steals these colors away, I'll still have this fire for the colder days. So nights don't end when the music does, they keep on living somewhere in us. When the lights found us, we came alive, no more. In the middle of the night, we were more than our doubts, more than our scars, more than our scars, more than our scars. Young enough to turn this dark
kick drum, lights in my veins. Whole night moving, but I feel no strain. Smoke in the air, move over the crowd. Funny how the silence can live in the loud. Yeah, heart in the center where the whole thing burned. I felt like the page of my life got turned. Not from the stage, not from the sound, from the way this young night wrapped around. Friends on my left and the stars up high. Streets so glow with the summer sky. Every color hit like a memory new. Like the dark made room for a better view. I used to move like my name was small. Head down low, back to the wall. Too much doubt in the ribs I wore. Too many nights at a half-closed door. But here with the baseline under my feet and the whole sky pulsing with the heat, I felt something open I can't explain. Like joy and pain learned the same name. No, I wasn't lost, I was on my way. Had to cross those shadows to reach this place. Now the midnight air feels warm enough to hold every dream that I almost gave up. Midnight, never felt so young. We were fire with our sneakers on. No throne, no gold, still we shine. Like the whole damn universe was on our side. Midnight, never felt so young. Hands in the air, but the feeling was deeper. More than a party, more than a rush. It felt like light finally choosing us. You turned to laugh when the light cut blue and the whole crowd blurred for a second or two. Not love like a movie, not some perfect line. Just that rare kind of moment that outlives time. Food stand glow in the wristband fade. Dust in the wind in the choices we made. Every bad day that I dragged this year felt small, little longer I kept you near. My past had teeth, yeah, bit down hard. Left a few cracks in this hopeful heart. But I came here carrying all of that weight and still found a way to feel brand new late. That's the thing about nights like this. They don't ask you clean, they don't ask you fix. They just pull you in with a beat in the light and remind you there's still some good inside. And when the drums felt back, I heard myself breathe like the old me, loosen this grip on me. If tomorrow goes great, I'll still know this truth. For one bright night, I stood inside my youth. Midnight, never felt so young. We were fire with our sneakers on. No throne, no gold, still we shine. Like the whole damn universe was on our side. Midnight, never felt so young. Hands in the air, but the feeling was deeper. More than a party, more than a rush. It felt like life finally choosing us. Midnight, never felt so young. Last train later, sky still wide. Midnight, never felt so young. Beat still running on the inside. Midnight, never felt so young. No proof to keep, no need because midnight never felt so young. Never felt so young to us. Midnight on your shoulders, silver in your hair. Whole world moving fast, but we were almost there. Baseline in the distance, warm light in your eyes. Funny how a loud night can make the truth feel quiet. I was standing in the middle of 1,000 different sounds, but the second that you turned, everything slowed down. Neon on your jacket, summer on your skin. Like the night opened the door and asked me to step in. Friends still laughing somewhere, eyes still cutting light. Smoke above the food stands, drifting through the night. But none of that hit me the way that moment did. You look so alive, it woke the berry kid. The one who used to hide behind a half-joke grin. Acting like the weight in his chest was paper thin. Acting like the long nights never left a stain. Like he never learned to smile through a little pain. But there with your shadow moving close to mine, I felt my heart beat soften and fall in line. Not perfect, not healed, not fixed all at once. Just finally human in the warmth of the rush. And under all this noise I heard something clear. Not from the stage, but from having you here. No fireworks needed, no big grand sign. Just one real moment hidden right on time. Under all this noise I found a quiet light right there in your eyes in the middle of the night. No, we didn't stop, the world, it kept spinning on. But for a little while we felt where we belong. Under all this noise my young heart beats. Like the dark got smaller every time you breathe. More than a thrill, more than a view. This whole wild night got gentle with you. We walked past the Ferris wheel, colors on the ground. Talking low enough to almost disappear inside the sound. Not about forever, not about some grand design. Just where we came from and what we left behind. You said some days you smile just to make it through. I laughed and said, yeah, me too. And in that tiny truth beneath the festival sky, I felt something honest come alive. Maybe that's the beauty of being young like this. Not that everything shines, but you still lean into it. Still carry all your cracks into the brightest place. Still let a good night put some hope back in your face. So when your hand brushed mine for a second in the crowd, it didn't feel dramatic, didn't need to feel loud. It just felt right in that late night air. Like maybe growing up means learning to stay there. Yeah, if the music fades and the booze come down, if the morning rain washes off this town, I'll still remember how the night felt true. Not because of the lights, but because of you. Under all this noise, I found a quiet light right there in your eyes in the middle of the night. No, we didn't stop the world, it kept spinning on. But for a little while we felt where we belong. Under all this noise, my young heart eased, like the dark got smaller every time you breathe. More than a thrill, more than a view, this whole wild night got gentle with you. Street lights fading, but the warmth stayed on, like a soft last verse after the big song. No need to hold it, no need to prove. Under all this noise, I found something true. The lights got soft, but the night stayed warm. Smoke in the distance, breeze after the storm. Everybody moving like they knew it too. Some things shine harder when they're passing through. Yeah, yeah. Boots still glowing on the edge of the street. Paper cups, tie smiles, dust on our feet. Music from the stage, not as loud as before, but somehow every note meant a little bit more. Friends still laughing with their jackets half zipped. Late night air on the skin, couldn't help but feel it. Ferris wheel turning slower against the sky, like even the city didn't want goodbye. I looked around and the whole thing changed, not in the lights but in the way it stayed inside my chest, like a film still running. A small gold ache at the end of something. You walked beside me with that quiet face, like you were memorizing time and place. No big speech, no need to explain. Some nights say enough just by staying. And the drums fell far, but my heart stayed near, like the best part of the night was right here. Not when it started, not when it burned, but in the slow glow after everything turned. When the night slows down, I feel it most. Got a young light living in the smoke. No, we can't keep it, no, it won't stay. That's what makes it hit this way. When the night slows down, I breathe it in, the almost into something bright. Is this not just a party, not just a sound? It felt like life when the night slowed down. My shoes were worn and my voice was thin, but I swear I never felt more alive than then. All year long I carried too much weight. Old doubts, old scars, old versions of fate. But tonight they loosened somewhere in the beat, somewhere between the lights and the tired streets, somewhere between your shoulder next to mine. And the truth that good things don't need more time. That's the lesson nights like this can give. Not everything beautiful was made to live forever in your hands, forever in your view. Some things are golden because they pass through. So I stopped trying to name the feeling, stop trying to frame it, hold it, freeze it. Just let the moment rest where it was, in the soft late air, in the afterbuzz. You said I wish to stay to little more. I smile like I heard that line before, not from you but from every young heart that finds something bright and fears it's dark. Still we kept walking under closing lights with that worn out peace only found at night. And for a second I understood somehow some of the best parts already almost gone now. If tomorrow comes plain, if the colors fade, I'll still have its warmth in the bones it made. Some nights don't leave when the speakers stop, they keep on glowing in the quiet thought. When the night slows down, I feel it most. All that young light living in the smoke. No, we can't keep it, no, it won't stay. That's what makes it hit this way. When the night slows down, I breathe it in, the almost into something bright. Is this not just a party, not just a sound? It felt like life when the night slowed down. Last lights blinking on the empty ground. Still felt full when the night slowed down. No need to chase what was already true. For one sweet night, the world felt new. Window glass, holding the city in blur. Smoke on our hoodies, your voice still there. Last train breathing at the edge of dawn. Funny how a night can end but still stay on. Wristband loose, sneakers dragging slow. Street lights swimming in a tired gold. Boots behind us, music almost gone. Still felt the kick drum living in my bones. Friends half laughing with the jackets on, talking like they didn't wanna call it done. Paper cups, cold hands, dust in the seam. Whole night folding up like a film in a dream. I looked at the road and it didn't feel the same. Same old town, but softer in the frame. Like the dark I washed with a little bit of light from everything we carried out of that night. I had weight in the back of my chest, old doubts that never really let me rest. But the ride home hit different somehow, like I wasn't who I was before just now. No stage around us, no speakers loud. Still felt the whole thing alive in us now. The best kind of nights don't end when they're done. They keep on moving with you after the run. We took the night home, all in our clothes, dust on our shoes and the light in our bones. It was over, but none of it was gone. It turned into warmth we could carry along. We took the night home, quiet and slow, neon in our heads with nowhere to go. Not in the sky, not in the sound alone. The best part of youth is what follows you home. Your face in the window, city street blue, late night silence, saying more than words do. Didn't need forever, didn't need a name. Some moments stay deeper when they don't explain. I thought about the year and the way I wore, all the shut down nights, all the closed doors, and how one bright evening with some dust and light could make an ordinary life feel right. Maybe that's the beauty of a night like this. Not that it saves you, but it reminds you to live. Reminds you your heart still answers the beat, still wakes up warm in a cold backseat. So when the train slowed down and the sky went pale, I didn't feel empty, I didn't feel failed. I felt full in a quiet heart to say away. Like youth isn't lost when it walks away. If tomorrow looks plain in the morning sun, I still have proof that I was someone. Not from a photo, not from a screen, from the way that night still moves in me. We took the night home, all in our clothes, dust on our shoes and the light in our bones. No, it was over, but none of it was gone. It turned into warmth we could carry along. We took the night home, quiet and slow, neon in our heads with nowhere to go. Not in the sky, not in the sound alone. The best part of youth is what follows you home. Front door silence, dawn coming through. Still heard the night in the shade for you. No need to hold it, no need to prove. We took the night home and it stayed true. A few days gone, but the glow stayed on, like a song still warm when the speakers are gone. Dust off my shoes, wristband in the drawer. Still felt that young light under my skin for sure. Yeah, back to the same street, same bus, same town, same gray morning with the shutters down. But something in me didn't move the same. Like that one bright night had rewritten my name. Not in a big way, not some movie scene, just small kind of changes you can barely see. Standing a little taller in the cold daylight, carrying a late night go through an ordinary life I had. Oh wait, yeah, I still got scars, still got unanswered prayers and some shut down parts. Still got days when the silence bites, still got rooms that don't feel right. But ever since that summer air and those lights hit me, I've known my heart ain't as lost as it seemed. Some nights don't fix you, they just make it clear there's still a living version of yourself in here. And I think that's why the best nights stay, not cause they last, but cause they change. The way you walk when the music ends, the way you find your own light again. We kept the last light, didn't let it die. Took it from that night into our real lives. No, we couldn't hold a moment in our hands, but it stayed in the blood, it stayed in the plans. We kept the last light deep in our chest, a little more hope than we had before that. Not just a memory, not just youth, it became a part of the way we move. I still remember your face in the blue-white glow, friends in the background laughing soft and low. Ferris wheel turning, lifetime stood back. That whole young world on a paper cup night. Funny how the little things outlive the sound. A half-spoken line, late sneakers on the ground. A walk to the station, the smoke in the air. All of it gone, all of it somehow still there. Maybe growing up is learning this, that the best parts leave, but they still exist. Not as pain, not as something to chase, but as warmth that stays in a quieter place. So when life gets heavy and the weeks move fast, and I feel like the bright parts never last, I think of that night and the way it proved that even brief light can tell the truth. We were never meant to stay that age, but we were meant to keep that page folded inside us, soft but true. The last light living our whole way through. We kept the last light, didn't let it die. Took it from that night into our real lives. No, we couldn't hold a moment in our hands, but it stayed in the blood, it stayed in the plans. We kept the last light deep in our chest, a little more hope than we had before that. Not just a memory, not just youth, it became a part of the way we moved. Now the night